Shot girl no play. Entertainment, Mr. Shockomanda. Gunshot I kick them like Kung Fu Panda. Drop it!
Welcome. Thank you for tuning in to Shot Girl and Play Entertainment. I hope everyone is having a blessed year so far in January 2022. We have so much that is in store on the channel. Thank you for subscribing, for all the ones who have subscribed. For the ones who haven't yet, hit that subscribe button, like, share the content, and we welcome you on this journey. Well, I have a few things in mind today. Also, I'd like to give a shout to the production, which is Bongonati Records, also Roots Rock and Jerk, and Mystic Metamorphosis. Yeah, so today I just wanted to conversate about dancehall. Dancehall, how it's changed over the years, and is dancehall really affecting the community with crime and violence and sexualization in Jamaica and all across, Canada, US, and other places, but mostly in Jamaica that we're talking about today. But has it had an influence on the crime and violence and the sexualization that's going on? So there's a few questions, a few things I want to talk about first, and a few questions that I want to answer that I think are great topics to speak about, which is dancehall. How does the dancehall music contribute to the crime and violence? Well, in another type of, in another format, another way of looking at it, dancehall has influenced teenagers and has impacted their minds negatively in certain ways because it contributes to heavily, committing crimes and violence and sexual behaviors and drastic drug use. Like, they're talking about popping Molly and, doing all these different types of drugs and lean and all these things. So these are things that young kids that aren't educated by their parents, like, to really understand the vibration of music, they don't understand it, so then they react on it. So when they see these influences, they're, easily influenced to do the wrong thing or to engage into these activities. So, so does it glorify sexual immortality? And, what are your thoughts? I just want to know what everyone's thoughts are, because we also have other genres of music, which is very sexualized. Hip-hop has been sexualized. The women have been taken from being black queens, turned into, the twerking and all that stuff and everything. And, it just has gratified a lot of sexualization in the communities with the young ladies and things, having the wrong ideas on who they are and what they should, be as a young woman growing into a woman, to a wise young woman. So the thing is I feel like it does have an impact on some children in a negative way because of sometimes of the growing or the non-communication with the parents, because that's where it starts. It starts at home. So if these, if you're growing up in a community where you have more, was more deprived in crime and violence and, it's just a whole different, even in US, they have some places that are very deprived, and the young ones, the young youths and stuff and everything, the young ladies and gentlemen, what they do is they go out and they engage into the activities that they hear or they see on a video. But that doesn't have, most of the time, the people who are making the music don't even live the way that they say that they are inside of the lyrics. But these children really believe in them because they look up to them as, idols. They idolize them and say, I want to be just like this person. So they feel like the lyrics and the music and that they can be exactly what they are, So that's why it's there, the influence is there. Just like in dancehall has changed and it has impacted us completely like in a whole different era. When they have the safe sex and everything going on with the young kids, it kind of changed from safe sex and to, you know, just pop mollies and, you know, do whatever you know, just do whatever you like, and, you know what I'm saying, be disrespectful with it, and just, you know, there's no, you know, you can look now at a woman and you can see everything that she has to offer before, you know, it's like you can see the goods before you even test them out now, because it's so, this world is so provocative in so many different ways because of the lyrics of music. But is dancehall really like something that we need to understand can impact our children if we don't educate them on things to be more sexualized and to commit more crimes and violence? I just feel like as if a child grows into a household, a Caribbean household, or you know, even American household, and, you know, being Jamaican origin, you know, you can be educated on the music and understand the vibrations of music, so that when you hear certain music, you know not to really react into that it's music is entertainment. So that's where these kids get it mixed up, because they look up to these, you know, look up to them as idols. So they idolize these artists, they idolize the people that they see around them and surround them. And that's what's happened with us. Even growing up, we had certain people that we idolized, and, you know, we didn't know that we were idolizing because we were too young. But once you start to educate yourself, or you're educated on these things, you'll start to understand music has a lot of control, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, on our lives, and it can reflect on us in all different types of ways. So I don't think, me personally, dancehall and rap, and because rap and hip hop is different. Rap, hip hop, hardcore rap, you know what I'm saying, trap, all these different genres of music, they all can infiltrate the same amount of energy. So we can't just pinpoint and say, oh, dancehall is just tearing up the place, and, you know what I'm saying, because there's other music that's influenced to make dancehall, trap hall. So now trap hall, we got trap hall where we have these different, you know, it's not full dancehall from back like in the 90s and the early 2000s. This is turned into more of a hip hop lingo with a dancehall type of rhythm. You know what I'm saying? With a patois on the rhythm. You understand? So it's not. So if you take English and you take a American young man, put it on the track, it's gonna be just trap. You know what I'm saying? Or rap, or gangster rap, or whatever. But if you put Jamaican origin culture, Jamaican man or woman on the microphone and into the music, it's gonna be a trap hall, because it's gonna turn from dancehall and trap. You know, so it's a mixture of genre, and that's where the influence is coming from as well. It's from rap artists, and you know, young rappers, with female rappers, you know. And I think that the message is completely wrong, what's given off. But if you educate your young ladies, and they'll know the difference to listen to the song and love the music instead of reacting on it and wanting to be, you know, change their hair to, you know, straight hair like the European women, and you know, wearing their hair a certain way with, you know, just being European, or just following the European traits, you know, and you know, that we would just indulge into ourselves more instead of wanting to go get, you know, going to get your body contoured and breast implants and injections in your behind and all of them things and stuff, you know. And those things aren't kosher for us. But we communicate with our young ones and just, you know, talk to them and let them know it's okay to be themselves, and they won't be influenced by these things so easily. But, you know, some kids, they have no choice but to be influenced by these things because this is all they know. So it's not about dancehall being bad representation towards the sexualization and everything, because it's in hip hop too as well. Like I said, they have the women that are barely wearing any clothes and, you know, twerking and busting it wide open and all them things. And, you know, once you educate yourself and you become more aware of these things, then our children can educate others, and then we can pass on them, you know, and be able to enjoy entertainment and music the way we're supposed to, instead of, you know, young ones being derived into that, to go that way, to negative energy. You understand? So I just think we need to know how to separate and know how to take responsibility for what we teach our children and what we allow our children to go into, because it's not their fault, you know. So, you know, it's just it's popularized. Dancehall is popularized all around the world. People come from all different types of countries and to come study Jamaica and study, you know, the way of, you know, living in Jamaica and being a Jamaican descendant, you know, and they love the culture, and a lot of people are influenced by it because that's all they know, or it's also a great thing as well because people travel around and they dance, and, you know, they get careers and business out of these things too. So you have to look at the positive things, and a lot of the songs do relate to some people, how they live and they grow. So, you know, that's when it becomes more you know, serious and in a different type of, like, a spiritual way. It becomes more spiritual to them, and then they react on those things because they can feel it, you know, in the music. Just like when it goes for all types of music, but dancehall definitely has been out for quite some time, and, you know, it's just really, really, really super popular, and it's always been, and it's never going to go anywhere. But there's a lot of different artists around the world that can create a good and a positive energy, and they have the power to change a lot of things with the young community, and kind of have them make right decisions because they are idolized and they know that they are. So, you know, sometimes some people have that power, they don't want to let that go, so they continue on with their shenanigans. So, you know, anybody, you know, we all have different reasons that we do music and the way that we indulge into it. But like I said, if you communicate with your young ones and you communicate and you explain to them and speak to them on the vibrations of music, you know, these things won't be so easily manipulative for them to be influenced by them, you know, on a daily basis, you know. So, all right, so we're gonna cut this one off. This is part one. And the second one, we're gonna talk about dancehall again as well. And dancehall, where did it come from, and how did it transition from dancehall to trap hall? Yeah, so we're gonna talk about that in the next session. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, share the content. And as always, just wanna tell everyone to stay safe. This is 2022, and you know, stay focused on your dreams. Don't give up. Anything is always possible. And as always, thank you for checking in here. It's Shock on the Play Entertainment. Don't forget to subscribe to Surrounded by Music as well over on the YouTube channel. Let's get that thing going. Thank you so much. The subscribers have been going up, and I thank all my new subscribers, everyone who has been checking out the page. This is Shakomanda. I'm checking out. And this show is produced by Bongo Rock Naughty Records, and also sponsored by Roots Rock and Jerk and Roots Rock Juice and Mystic Metamorphosis. Thank you. Have a blessed night. And I'll see you again for part 2. All love.
That girl not play. I don't know a suit I'm ready for the girl, let me know. And the big bad Escal representing. Play!